Bitcoin just pushed above $87,000 this week, but can it hold? Between a fresh 1 billion Tether mint, whales stacking BTC, and Trump calling Powell a loser, the week's already heating up. Let's break down what the charts and data say. All right, here. So we're on Bitcoin on the 1 day. Okay, as you can see, this was Saturday, Sunday, right? Look at all these days underneath this 50 EMA, the blue, and the 200 EMA, the red, around $85,000, right? Around 85,000, 85,300, 85,500, more or less, like right around there, as resistance for all these days. Okay. And finally, we popped through on Monday. All right, we have given back some, right? 86,940. We've been as high as 88,609. So let's define what's going to happen here. Okay, what could possibly happen here based on what we see. All right, Bitcoin is attempting to flip the 200 EMA. All right, 85,000 as support. Okay, we're in the upper end of the VRVP volume gap. If it clears 86 to 87,000, there's thin air to 92,000 right here. Okay, so this is a volume gap right here. Okay, as you can see, right, which this means we could possibly just go right through here. Okay, and get up to around first area of stronger resistance, 92. Okay. All right, but let's see what happens here first. Hopefully we don't see something like this, just a huge wick up and then come back down. I'd like to see a body close, right? We still have quite a few hours before this body closes, but hopefully we see it close. Okay. RSI above 51 and OBV is steady. Prices in a neutral zone, but trending upwards. So there's a possibility that there's more strength. Okay, so the fact that there's more strength potential, right, with this move, and the fact that there's not much resistance here up until like 92,000. You know, I could see us having a bullish week and trying to get up here. Okay, other aspects, I mean, other parts of data we're gonna layer in as well. All right, because we need to look at everything to get a really good picture of stuff, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna try to break it down as best I can. All right, bulls want to see a daily close above 86,000 to build momentum. Bears are eyeing rejection at around 85,000, which opens a sweep to 81 to 79,000. So if we cannot hold this area of as support, right, this is an important area too. There's right now it's also resistance, right? This is 83,891. All right, on the biggest volume node. All right, so that is now flipped resistance, and we are hopefully support here. Okay, if we come back there, it's possible. First, we got to lose this. We have to lose these EMAs, right? We have to go below it. Let's see what happens in the next few days. All right. Right now, my bias is actually towards the upside based on what I've seen. Okay, this is the key decision zone right here. Hold and flip this level, and we might trend straight towards 90,000 plus. If we fail, it's likely we revisit range lows again. Okay, so if we're not able to hold this, could come back down here. Right, 79 range lows. These are the range lows. Right, that would be like somewhere around here, just below here, maybe even down here. Right, 73, maybe even lower. All right. So let's see. We got to keep this. I would like to keep it. Hopefully there is kind of an inverse head and shoulders pattern that's forming here. Let's take a look at what else. What's moving the crypto markets? Let's look at that really quickly. Just quick news. Let's go with this one first. Right here, Tether. Right, minted 1 billion USDT, usually a precursor to market inflows. It's not a guarantee, but historically it is bullish. We're going to go right through all of these. Okay, Michael Saylor right here. He bought 6,556 Bitcoin for $555 million. They now hold 538,000 Bitcoin, 2.7% of all Bitcoin. Unbelievable. Good for you strategy, Michael Saylor. And they're not the only ones. They might have got the party started, but other people are joining in, guys. MetaPlanets, okay? MetaPlanets bought 330 Bitcoin, aiming for 10,000 Bitcoin total this year. Institutions are quietly accumulating. Shh, don't tell anybody. Trump slammed Jerome Powell, calling him a major loser and demanding rate cuts. These headlines all point towards a pro-Bitcoin backdrop. Institutions are stacking Bitcoin, liquidity pumping in, and potential political tailwinds are building, guys. And now let's get to this part here. CoinGlass. All right. Open interests. This is open interest, okay? It's still flat after Friday's flush. No new leverage yet. Liquidation clusters. For that, we go to the liquidation heat map. All right. Below 83,000 and 81.5 thousand. Those are key levels to watch if price dips. Okay. ETF inflows. So far, they're positive. Institution demand remains intact, guys. And we do see a little bit more red days again after a brutal week, beginning of the month. Options data, max pain. Max pain's at 80,000. No gamma resistance above 90,000. What that means is there's room to run if a breakout is triggered. Okay. Implied volatility is slightly elevated. Market expecting movement this week. So we are expecting some movement this week. Derivatives aren't screaming bull or bear. They're just stable. This is what the derivatives information is giving us. But that's often what happens before a bigger move. The 80 to $81,000 zone on Bitcoin is the trapdoor. $90,000 plus is the breakout zone. Okay, so we lose $80,000, right? You can see wicks down below. We lose 80,000, 81,000, right? This area right here, then it could mean look out below. All right, if we can get above 90, which it's doable. Okay, the ingredients are right. This thing could move right to that. It's doable. Then it could possibly get enough people, get enough interest to where it does break through this area right here. Boom, boom. All right. And then after that, man, it could pump hard. I don't think that's going to be the case. Okay. What I think personally right now, based on what I see, is that we're going to play around here and see what happens. Right. Let's see. Hopefully that's what happens. Right. If not, then if we can't even muster strength to get up to 90, then, we are going to test this again. And maybe this time we do fall, but got to be ready for everything, guys. All right. But again, to me, more bullish. That's why I'm thinking maybe we are going to have a strong week and try to go up. We might come back down later, but I think we're going to try to go up. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's take a look at this. All right. We've seen this before, right? This is where we are, the purple one. All right. These are the previous markets, bull markets, right? For Bitcoin. All right. BTC is still tracking below all past cycles. Current price action looks like a higher low in the making, possibly forming a base for the next major leg up. Okay, keep that in mind. Based on past cycles, we could be 30 to 60 days away from the next real expansion phase, guys. 30 to 60 days away. That'll come really fast. I don't know what you know about life, but time flies. All right, 30 to 60 days will be here before you know it, and we could see some real expansion there, guys. Okay, so it's not flashy right now, but this is the same slow build we saw before parabolic runs in every cycle. If the structure holds, $100,000 plus Bitcoin is on deck. Okay, let's do some final takes right here. This week is all about reclaiming and holding above $86,000. All right. We're close, 86,800. If we do, $90,000 to $92,000 opens up quickly due to lack of resistance. If we fail, prepare for a retest of 83,000 to 81,000, possibly lower. Macro and on-chain data are still supporting bulls, but confirmation is king, all right, and key. All right, so we will leave it there, guys. Hope you guys had a good weekend. If you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. Trying to grow this channel. All stuff really does help. With all that said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.